Hello, Keta, and welcome to Voice of Pacific. It's day one of the 54th Pacific Island Leaders Forum meeting here in the Happy Isles. Pacific Island leaders have gathered in Honiara to deliberate on the issues affecting the Pacific Island nations. Discussions will be on climate change, strengthening regional cooperation, resilience, sustainable development, and importantly, enhancing peace and security in the region. But first up, the Pacific community with our leaders were welcomed with a spectacular show in the opening ceremony.
The host nation opened the 54th Pacific Islands Foreign Leaders Meeting with a spectacular ceremony at the National Stadium.
What we're witnessing here now is the official opening. Our Prime Minister will also assume chairmanship of the Pacific Islands Forum in this formal gathering here this evening.
After 3 decades on this shore again, Solomon Islands are proud to host 18 forum country members here in Honiara. Now, this ceremony was led by cultural performances displaying the cultural diversity of Solomon Islands.
It began with the entrance of Pacific leaders introduced and welcomed individually.
Prime Minister of Solomon Islands, Honorable Jeremiah Manele.
For the Secretary General of the Pacific Islands Forum Secretariat, Mr. Baron Wanga.
Put your hands together in welcoming the Honorable Prime Minister of Tonga, Dr. Aisake Valu Eke.
Honorable Dr. Aisake Valu Eke, who is the outgoing chairman of the Pacific Islands Forum. Gentlemen, now let's give a big hand for the Prime Minister of the Cook Islands, Honorable Mark Brown.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together in welcoming the Prime Minister of Fiji, Honorable Sitiveni Rabuka.
We now welcome His Excellency the President of Kiribati, Honorable Taneti Maamau.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together in welcoming the Prime Minister of Niue, Honorable Dalton Tagelagi.
Welcome the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, His Excellency Honorable James Marape. Our next leader, the Prime Minister of Tuvalu, Honorable Feleti Teo. Let's now welcome our next leader, His Excellency Moitai Brotherson, President of French Polynesia, Tahiti.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Palau, Honorable Gustav Aitaro, the Minister of State for Palau. Now we welcome our next leader, the Honorable Minister for Climate Change of Vanuatu, Honorable Ralph Regen Vanu. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's give a warm welcome to Honorable Jesse Jeremiah of Nauru. For the Honorable Representative of the Marshall Islands.
Solomon Islands Permanent Secretary for Foreign Affairs, Colin Beck, opened the program with a welcome speech, followed by a prayer.
Let me begin by first of all acknowledging the traditional owners of the land in which we host this particular event, both past, present and future. I've been asked to say a few words of welcome to all our guests and our visiting heads of state, heads of government, ministers, distinguished representatives, and I do so with much honor and privilege.
The host province of Guadalcanal then led with the traditional chupu ceremony, symbolizing respect and offering gifts of welcome.
Happy Hearts, Solomon Island. Who am I gosi? Na who am labata my day? I'm a tamarona tiamai. I'm in Anna Hoto. Na ango pata. Na ango sai. Kenyan down na mabaruda London Day South Pacific. Yahamu am pono na tahau hamu na mabre manunu. Am rei tu tuhun dau. Peyo o maitana. Mamai de tani mama moru Solomon Island. Mamai mo chori. Kasta province rakona golekana.
Honorable Prime Minister Rambuka, to come and first of all receive the shell money. And so after this, you are to touch just the ball as a gesture. Yes, yes. The gesture of acceptance to the chupu.
Chiefs and the people of this great nation, on behalf of your guests, I receive and acknowledge your gifts. It is our prayer that God will continue to bless you and the generations to come.
One by one, the provinces of Solomon Islands entered with dance, gifts, and performances. Central Province,
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big hand for the Central Islands Province. The Central Islands Province hosted the first capital of Solomon Islands.
Isabel Province,
Let's make welcome Temotu Province.
Temotu Province, led by the Veve dancers of the Reef Islands, the Nelo dancers of Santa Cruz, and the Tafi Waka Haka of Tikopia, with the Mamate mask dancers adding drama in the background.
Sharing the border with Papua New Guinea. Let's make welcome Choiseul Province. Sometimes they call Lauru.
Lauru Choiseul Province, Makira Ulawa Province,
It is in Makirola Province that they recently found last year the biggest standalone coral in the world.
Western Province,
Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome the biggest province in Solomon Islands,
Malaita Province, Renal and Bellona Province,
I would like to invite now the newest, the smallest, and the only Polynesian province in Solomon Islands. Let's welcome Renal Bellona Province.
The presentation culminated with Solomon Islands Diversity Dance, uniting performers from across the nation. The formal speeches followed Tonga's Prime Minister, Aisake Valueke, as outgoing forum chair.
The cultural performance you just witnessed that you have this evening is not only a celebration of diversity, but a reminder of how special this moment is for our nation and for any nations. As our people together gather in the presence of the leaders of the forum, we as leaders are humble for the trust that you all around here given to us to lead our respective countries. And that is why our Pacific family meets to work together for the prosperity and security of our Pacific people.
Forum Secretary General Baron Wanga.
This annual gathering of the Pacific Islands Forum is more than just a meeting. It is a testament to the vision of our founding forum leaders, who more than 5 decades ago recognized that the Pacific is at its strongest when we stand together, united as one.
And Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele, who assumed the chairmanship on behalf of Solomon Islands.
Let me also acknowledge the leadership and tenacity of the Kingdom of Tonga, who has carried out diligently the chairing responsibilities of the Pacific Islands Forum over the last 12 months. We have all witnessed and felt the Tongan mafana. For Solomon Islands, and on behalf of my government, I acknowledge with deep gratitude and the confidence placed on me by my colleague leaders to take on the reins of Forum Chair. The magnitude of the task ahead does not escape me, but I will rely on and remain grateful for the council of colleague leaders over the next 12 months. This, our 54th Pacific Islands Forum, marks a significant moment for our region as we come together to reaffirm our unity, our values, and our collective resolve. It is my hope that the discussions we have this week, the political settlements we reach, and the theme we celebrate tonight will begin to materialize during our chairing tenure over the next 12 months.
The evening closed with the special performance, The Journey, portraying the living ocean, the ocean people, and the voyage of one Solwara, and ending with a powerful finale song.
By our side, across the blue, our spirits glide. The stars above, our guiding flame. The wind and clouds, they call our name. Ancestral whispers through the night. They steer our hearts, they hold us tight. One soul, we are one ocean, need the same sun, bound by history, kin and tide. Across the waves we walk with pride, from island heart to island soul, our sad destiny forevermore. Through restless seas and gentle skies, our vagant dances, the dawn will rise. The current sings our ancient song, reminding us where we belong. We stand as one, no reef divides. Pacific hands and hearts unite. The ocean's voice, our living thread. The path the grandfathers once read. One soul, we are one ocean, need the same sun, bound by history, kin and tide. Across the waves we walk with pride, from island heart to island soul, our sad destiny forevermore. Honiara soul came into view, welcomed by many, warm and true. Feast for laden, gifts exchanged. Our spirits, thoughts, and lives were changed. Cultural ties so deeply sown, in every smile our home was sown. We thank the hands.
From the leaders' entrance in Guadalcanal's Chupu to provincial gifts, dances, and the Journey finale, the official opening of the Pacific Island Forum Leaders Meeting 54 was a celebration of tradition, identity, and Pacific solidarity.
Now, let me take you back. This year's theme is Unite Together, Act for Now, an integrated Blue Pacific continent. Now, earlier in the day, leaders have been discussing various issues around the theme. The opening itself sets the standard that has been expected right from the planning up to today, the official opening ceremony. Whilst the forum kicks off, everyone is eyeing what's going to happen and what positive steps to be taken in the next couple of days, where leaders will deliberate on issues that matters to people and what matters to the Pacific.
We're just going to take us back to how now history and background Pacific Island Forum Leaders Meeting. And Andrea, it's been way years back now where our Forum Leaders been come together as a family, united by the ocean as well.
Yes, so just to give some background context for where you follow know a little bit savvy about in this one, yeah? So in 1971, the South Pacific Forum was actually established. So this PIFLM, it was formerly known as the South Pacific Forum. And Solomon Islands actually became a member in 1978 when it gained independence from Great Britain. And it first hosted the Forum Leaders Meeting in 1979 on its first anniversary as an independent state. And one of the key outcomes of this meeting too is the signing of a declaration where establishing not just for forum fisheries agencies or where you serve as FFA in Honiara. And it's still here today. And this is some of the legacies where actually come out from us hosting these meetings. And the second time where me host him was in 1992 under the chairmanship of late former Prime Minister Mamaloni. And so this has been 33 years since me last hosted him.
We are a continent united by oceans and anchored in our strong heritage. The One Solwara highlights the urgent need for collective action to key challenges that we face in the Pacific, like climate change and the protection of the ocean and indigenous knowledge. Let's see the arrival of the joint traditional voyage of the two traditional canoes, the Tepuke of Temotu Province and Fiji's Utonialo.
As you know, happening here just in any moment, we will see the arrival of Utonialo and the Voyager Alliance at Tepuke. They've sailed from Fiji up to Temotu Province, and they're making their way up here this afternoon. And just a little bit background on Tepuke too. You know, Tepuke, it's a traditional canoe here. They're known for their sailing. They are from the Vakavalo Association, from the Taumako group of people in the Duff Islands. And happening here, you will be seeing a lot of the traditional dances uniquely representing the small islands inside Temotu Province, as they also speak a deep volume of the traditions on how they're doing voyaging. And, you know, with the bad weather that is happening at this time, they've pulled through. And with Utonialo by the side, you can see the partnership of unity, resilience, and the togetherness that they have faced here. And this speaks a good message to all of us around the Pacific Ocean or the Blue Ocean, that we are one people.
And that's the sisterhood and the brotherhood that we share here in the Pacific, having two traditional boats arriving here in a moment from now. Just on that note, Cheryl, you said that there will be some dances that will be happening, not one, but 4, I believe.
Yes, there's a couple of traditional dances that they're going to do here, and each step of each dance signifies the importance of upholding traditional values and norms. Yeah? So with the voyage that is coming on today, we will see that there's going to be a welcome ceremony, and you're going to hear a conch shell blowing from outside the sea to the land, and there's going to be a response to that, and the traditional steps that follow will go through 5 steps where they're going to receive Utonialo and Tepukea. And in this cultural exchange, it's basically a call of peace, togetherness. They welcome people to our shores and the freedom of expressing each other's rights as well. So that's what's going to happen here today. And it's a very moving ceremony. You don't really see that. It's like a one-in-a-lifetime event where you actually see the very detailed skills in each of these dances. Yeah? And the lyrics to the custom traditional dances, they're actually speaking messages. So the first one is the calling and the response that they're welcoming them in. And you will see the exchange, the value of money, the value of traditional money that they're going to lay out to welcome our brothers and sisters from across the Pacific. And as you can see, we are all together in this, and we're welcoming everybody into our shores.
Thank you for that, Cheryl. History is unfolding here in Honiara, and I personally, for myself, I'm so blessed to be here, to be part of this historic moment. Just a little background on the Utonialo, translating it into English, it's heart of spirit, more like, you know, it promotes sustainable sea transportation as well as living in harmony with nature.
We bring together crew from across the Pacific, from Solomon Islands, from Fiji, from Tonga, from New Caledonia, from Samoa, Cook Islands, New Zealand, French Polynesia, the Torres Strait Islands, and we also represent Micronesia and Guam. I think it's the first time we've had a collection of voyages like this in a long time. We're sailing for our Pacific, our people, and our planet. Prime ministers and presidents, our leaders, our message is as follows. We need a healthy ocean for a healthy climate. The two always go together. The Pacific Islands is a region that is an ocean of peace. We call for a fossil fuel-free Pacific and 100% renewable energy Pacific. If you think of the geopolitics, it's probably the best opportunity we've had to get this one right. We also call for 100% management of our ocean and 30% protection. We want a prosperous and productive ocean. We need a protection regime as well. All of these come together with our indigenous values. We can do better, and much, much better than we are doing now.
We honor the intergenerational crew who sail these canoes. Elders, experienced navigators, young men and women, standing together as living proof that our ancestral knowledge is being handed down and renewed for the future of our Pacific. The skills of constructing ocean-going canoes, the wisdom of reading the stars and currents, understanding weather patterns and marine ecosystems are lived experiences that define our relationship with the ocean. It is evident that the ocean remains our past, present, and future.
Coming up, we spoke to the Voyagers who sailed on Te Puke and Utonialo.
My name is Abros Miki. I'm the captain of Te Puke. I came from Duff Island in Te Motu province. I try my best to match up with my father. My father was former sailor from Taumako. So I try to adopt the same standard in sailing. Yeah. He has a very good time that he changed the Allman career to sail with Te Puke. So when he left me, I'm trying my best to match up with the skills where they have. Yeah, so in Te Puke, when you travel on Te Puke, you need to adjust yourself with Atrika and this side for. If you don't adjust, then it means that by you have to collapse. Yeah? So you must swim all the best. That is the captain must be smart to talk to all our crew that you need to adjust yourself. So it's not easy to sail on a journey to island, but it's all about adjusting on Te Puke. Yeah? If they have a good wind, then it means that by your journey will all right. If you don't have any good wind, it means that you have to float on sea. For build Te Puke, there's some area you need to think about before you have Te Puke. Yeah. The culture of Te Puke, you need to make gardening, not just only one. You must have a plenty of food before you have to build. So it take me 1 or 2 years before I will succeed in that plan for build Te Puke. I think Utonialo is best, my option, because I'm seeing the differences in the Utonialo. He have a motto. To me, there is no motto to use. All depends the speed and position. All depends on wind. If they good current and good wind, okay. then the speed will move, and the sailing will get the wind, then the speed up to 10 or 15 knots. Yeah. But if there no wind, you have to float on sea for 5 or 6 days. But likely that Alata, when we leave Alata on Sunday night, there is no wind. For sure, 3 days, there is no wind. That is why it takes me for 6 days before I arrive in Lata.
We are part of the Pacific Voyaging Alliances in the Pacific. We have crews from other voyaging group in the Pacific with Honiara, and they came up to Tamako to meet the Tepuke and the crew, and they voyaged together. So we are coming here to bring the one Solwara, one Ocean message to our leaders. So we feel that using our traditional voyaging country to bring that message is going to be very powerful, so that they will realize how difficult to make this journey, and how we're going to bring that very powerful message to our leaders here.
Voyaging has always been an undertaking between these two societies, and the smaller islands dependent on Santa Cruz for their livelihood over the years that we've existed.
My name is Nigella Salupuka. I'm from the eastern part of the Solomons, from Tamako, Temotu province. Today I was translating for our Paramount Chief, the Paramount Chief of Tamako, and basically we were talking about the impacts of climate change in our islands. We're calling our leaders to please take action, to please hear the voices of our people, that the impacts of climate change are real, they are real and we are experiencing them, and we are calling them to take action. One of them is the chief, the Paramount Chief, is talking about his house. The sea has already eaten up the shores, and they have taken his house. They've swallowed his house. So we are calling on the leaders, this kind of things. We are caring about our children. We are, what's the right word? I'm worried about our children. But if right now we are experiencing this, how much more the impacts it will have on our children. So simple as that. We're just calling on our leaders to please hear us out and help us.
My name is Kagala Devi, and I'm from Tonga, Fiji, and I'm one of the crew members on the Honiara. We sailed from Fiji, we went from Fiji to Lata, and we spent the night over there in Lata, and we met up with Tepuke, and with Tepuke we sailed from Lata to Honiara. It's really powerful. We're bringing up strong messages on behalf of the whole Pacific. And not only did we sail from Fiji, but in the crew there's many different Pacific Island voyage societies that came together.
The smaller island states leaders opened the 54th Pacific Island Leaders Forum meeting with their first meeting at the Forum Fisheries Agency Conference Center. Former Chair, President of the Federated States of Micronesia, Wesley Simina, handed over the chairmanship to the President of Kiribati, Taneti Ma'amau.
The Small Island States or SIS leaders deliberated on key priorities in the first meeting for the 54th Pacific Island Leaders Forum meetings. These priority areas include the review of the SIS group and strategy, the expression of interest by the government of Tonga for the SIS membership, and the revitalization of the SIS Development Fund. Chair of the SIS meeting, His Excellency Taneti Ma'amu, in expressing on these priority areas, spoke on the need for unity within the group. This is a political expression of the solidarity as the smallest and most vulnerable members, and a reminder that the regional architecture must serve all equally, especially those with the least capacity but with the greatest need.
Excellencies and Honourable Prime Ministers, each of these islands is about more than process. They go to the heart of how the SIS will organise, advocate and lead in the years ahead. They will determine how we embed our priorities within the 2050 strategy and how we localise the regional system and our partners to respond in ways that match our circumstances.
The small island states are the most vulnerable members in the Pacific Island Forum. The Pacific Islands leaders are called to recognize and respect the priorities of the SIS.
There was also the Pacific Asia Caribbean Pacific Leaders meeting, which made the second meeting of the day. With the formalities, the handover of chairmanship to Solomon Islands Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele from the Tongan Prime Minister Dr. Aisake Eke.
Chair of the Pacific ACP, Solomon Islands Prime Minister, the Honorable Jeremiah Manele, stated with the country acquiring the leadership of the Pacific ACP, they are conscious of the responsibilities ahead of them. The task to continue to build the foundation and collective efforts during this time when the Blue Pacific region faces challenges ahead, but also new opportunities.
For us, representation and influence are paramount. The upcoming appointment of the Pacific's Assistant Secretary General at the OACPS Secretariat is a moment for us to stand united. These posts will give the Pacific not only visibility, but a firmer hand in shaping decisions in Brussels that affect our region's financing, governance, and implementation of the Samoa Agreement. Climate action is equally urgent. The Pacific has shown through the Climate Champions initiative that political advocacy can elevate our priorities on the world stage. As we approach COP30, we must empower a new cohort of champions to carry forward our collective call for climate justice. At the same time, we must seize every opportunity in the lead-up to COP30 to advance this call and reaffirm our firm resolve to bring COP31 to our shores in partnership with Australia. And while the Secretary General has rightly spoken on development financing, allow me to add this. For the Pacific, financing is not just about numbers. It is about equity, justice, and fairness. Our people are on the front line of climate change and global shocks. Our share of resources must reflect not only our vulnerabilities, but also our commitment to be responsible and reliable partners.
A top agenda deliberated during the meeting is to ensure all voices of the Pacific is heard and the implementation of the Samoa Agreement and the 2050 strategy is successful.
The outcomes of these meetings will be presented during the broader PIF meetings.
Ces fruits de mer sont l'un des mets proposés au marché central de Honiara. Il fait le plein tous les jours, du matin au soir, mais pour manger à leur faim, la plupart des habitants cultivent eux-mêmes leurs produits, car même au marché, les fruits et légumes sont chers. Parfois plus qu'au Fénois, alors que la plupart des employés ne gagnent que 120 francs de l'heure.
Expensive, so expensive, because life here, we depend on money. And we get money just to sustain life. Some of the flowers, yeah, and then come and sell it in the market so that we get income for to help our people back at home. We plant some of the fruits, yeah, fruit trees like mandarins and mangoes, yeah, back at our home.
Les ventes se font donc en petite quantité pour compléter les productions familiales. Le seul à proposer des volumes importants, c'est le vendeur de bois. Car au Salomon, on cuisine encore en brûlant du bois.
It is not very easy.
Why?
Because need some of the money to use by cutting as a fuel, yeah? Before we can split, you say axe to produce this firewood. So not very easy.
À la tombée de la nuit, les pêcheurs déchargent leurs poissons devant le marché. Il peut être acheté le soir même ou le lendemain, mais attention, les conditions de conservation ne sont pas aussi rigoureuses qu'à Papeete. Mieux vaut donc privilégier le poisson très frais.
In the Pacific, we are deeply rooted in our cultures. The Solomon Islanders proudly portrayed their customs and traditional dances on the first day of the 54th Pacific Island Leaders Forum meeting. We carry the Pacific spirit in these meetings, integrated through our strong beliefs of cultural heritage, and we advocate for a resilient Blue Pacific. Until the next episode, I'm Cheryl Berra.